And the main purpose of me accepting to do this is because I always think that students should be empowered, which means you should know what to do and what not to do. And with regard to a resume, if you do not know what to do and what not to do, you're always relying on somebody for advice and help and even for minor corrections. So this presentation is going to answer questions like what, okay? What should go into a resume, what need not go into a resume. The other questions to be answered like why, okay? Why should you add something in a resume? Then other questions like how and all those things. We call it the frequently asked questions regarding the resume writing. I don't intend to answer why and how questions, but today I'm going to answer the questions what should go into the making of resume. Now you have to realize the kind of resume maybe I taught 12 years back is not the resume that even I'm trying to teach nowadays to our students, because it is evolving, okay, with day and with every time. So if you, by the time you prepare your resume, there might be minor changes. The industry evolves, okay? With the digital age, they're going with creative resumes. They're going with one-page resumes, okay? Sometimes they ask for two-page, okay? So a lot of things are evolving. So please listen to what I'm saying. I'll be happy to answer questions. In between, I might be asking questions based on the slides that you see. Please volunteer an answer. And at the end, I'll be answering your doubts if there are any, okay? And after this presentation, I really hope that you will know how to create a resume. This is the foundation. There are superstructures to it, which means if you learn this foundation in due course of time, when you have to do a lot of polishing work in a resume, you will know how to do it. So you will be independent. That is the main purpose of me accepting to do it. I wish to share my slide and just see and tell if you can see my slide. Okay, students, if you can see my slide, just put an yes in the chat box, please. Oh, fine, fine, fine. Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. Now and then, please answer my questions and follow closely. Just be patient for half an hour and plus additional 10 minutes, okay? The first step to you finding a job is your resume preparation. Somebody who knows to prepare his resume knows what to add into a resume and also prepares himself on the questions they're going to ask based on his resume. Okay, so we will say this is the starting point of you finding a career. Any person even working at RIT would have started here. I started here by preparing my resume. So today, please learn as to what should go into it, and maybe subsequently, once you come to college, we'll say how all you'll be questioned on your areas that you have shown in a resume. Okay, a resume has different sections. Now, as you can see here, it's we call it the beehive. Okay, you see those hexagonal cells. Beehive, Tamil Ten Kudumbo. It has hexagonal cells, and likewise, a resume is also a single beehive. But it has so many cells, and usually these are the common cells you see in a fresher's resume. If you're going to graduate as a fresher, these are the cells we expect of you. Okay, you have header, you have career objective, you have education, you have areas of interest, okay, you have projects, and it likewise it goes. I have given different colors, okay? So you think of your resume as a beehive with so many cells, like these are the cells, the sections, and in each section, ஒவ்வொரு sectionல இருந்து the interviewer is going to take honey and eat. You have to give him very good honey if you want to stand a chance of getting into his company, or if you want a chance to impress the interviewer, you should give him some quality tasty honey. Okay, so what should go into each cells? That is what I'm going to tell today. Now, as you can see, I have given different colors. My perception, I've been doing this presentation the third time, of course, with additions and alterations and changes. I realized the three cells in blue are the ones maybe all students right now who are attending may have. All of you will have a header, sure, okay? All of you have educational qualification. You're into your second or third year. And probably, I believe, third year students might have zeroed in on an area of interest. But if you haven't, it is not a problem. You still have 1 or 2 more semesters to zero on it. So, like, I think somehow a header, an education qualification area of interest is something that every student right now may have or can have. But the remaining things, the yellow ones are the ones maybe you have to work on, especially if there are second year students in attendance. Please think of doing projects. You have National Science Day, you have Engineers Day, you have National Project Expos in different cities. Okay, and many agencies calling for it, institutions calling for it, government calling for it. Please do involve yourself in not just one project, but if it is possible, 2 or 3 projects. Okay, and you should have acquired skills. You should have trainings and industrial visits. In RIT, of course, I think that is taken care of. But I'll answer a little bit on that also. You should have co-curricular activities. I'll explain what those are. Extracurricular are those that do not go with your syllabus. Okay, so you should be part of extracurricular activities. You should have shouldered roles and responsibilities. You will be having achievements right from school days. Let's see what you have achieved in college days. You would have attended valued courses, online courses, or many other courses. Okay, all of you will have personal details and references. I've put in orange because we would say it is optional. If the company asks for, you can give references. So I think in general, all students are watching this screen. See how many cells you have. If you have all these cells, maybe you're having a very healthy resume. And let's see what all points go into it. Okay, the first part in the resume, as you saw in the previous slide, is the header. Okay. Now, students, can you unmute and tell me what will be the title of your resume? What will be the very first word you're going to put in a resume? When we open your resume, மேல என்ன இருக்கும்? That is my question. What do you think? Will you type resume, biodata, curriculum vitae, or what else? I'm awaiting an answer. Either you type or you say. Okay, Esekiraja goes with biodata. Okay, resume is the title from IEI. Any other option? Okay, let's see. uh, you need not type biodata or resume as the title. Okay, rather you straight away start with your name. Okay, your name is the first thing that will go in. Your name as in your final TC. You all would have collected your TC in your 12th standard. Okay, so you haven't left RIT, so your TC is pending here. But in your TC, you would find there is no Mr., Master, Miss, Doctor, no titles there. It will be just your name. So as fresher, you have to type your name at the beginning as in your TC. Why do I say as in your TC? In college, we add your initial at the end, right? So here it's, in this case, it will be Rajamani M. M goes to the back. It is easy for Anna Institute to give you register numbers. So usually we give the M at the back because automatically, according to your alphabetical order, and we can generate your register numbers. Now, when you're preparing your resume, after 4 years of using your initial at the back, you should not be tempted to use your initial at the back. Check your 12th standard TC. I think initials, as the very word say initial, it has to be in the initial stage. So give your initial in the front and also your name following your initial, and followed by your address. Okay, now you could see I've given every first letter of each address word in caps. So Muslim Street, M and S are in caps. Goripalayam, G is in caps. Madurai, M is in caps. And then followed by, you can give your phone number, you can give your landline number or even mobile number. Okay, then followed by your email address. Don't have quirky email IDs, flash email IDs. Some students give email IDs like Rajamani not 7, or Rajamani, be careful with me. Okay, Rajamani, crazy fellow. Okay, so don't give some quirky email IDs, but rather have a simple professional email ID to which they can contact you. Some students nowadays even give their LinkedIn profiles. It is a professional social website, so it's good. Okay, you can add. But those who are giving LinkedIn, give access. Okay, you have to give access to members of the LinkedIn society to view your profile also. Without giving access, there is no point in you just mentioning your LinkedIn thing. And I don't know if you can see from the screen, but I have done something. Your name has to be in a bigger font size. I think the name that I've given here is in 14 font size, and the remaining text is in 12 font size. So please add your name and give it a bigger font size. It is the most important thing in your resume, so it can have a bigger one. Okay, so that's the first part. We have finished the first cell, which is the header of your resume. Okay, going to the next one. Career objective. Any student who knows to create a career objective is sure of his job roles. That is the simplest of the rules. And I haven't seen in our college, frankly speaking, hardly 5 students, maybe that is the most, who create their own career objective. All the others copy others' career objectives or take it from the internet. Okay, I'll tell you what should go into a career objective. These are the 3 things that are essential in a career objective. You should mention the position you want to work in, the skills you have for that position, and using the skills, how will you benefit the company. இது மூணு தான் உங்களுடைய career objectiveல தேவை. Okay, let us see some samples. Now, see here, this is one of the career objectives of one of your seniors, seeking a software position. I said first thing you have to mention is a position. So I've just put it in red. Okay. Now, software position is vague, vague. She hasn't particularly mentioned which position. My suggestion is whenever a company comes, you just consult the placement team and ask them what position are they hiring for. Graduate training engineers, okay, software engineers, test engineers, so many things they call for. You mention that position, but this student is particularly not having, she hasn't narrowed on which particular position. She has given just a software position where I can use my strong project management. That is a skill she has. That's a very strong word. She can manage projects. Obviously, in a software industry, expect them to manage projects. And analytical skills. Wonderful. Okay, so these are 2 skills that are required in a software industry to finish companies' projects. So I think you can guess this thing. The position is software position, which is vague. I'll give only 4 out of 10 for that. But the skills she has to work in that position are project management and analytical skills, which is wonderful. I would give 8 out of 10 for that. And how will she benefit the company? She will finish the company's projects. Wow, wonderful. Any software company is going to have projects. And she is saying that I will finish your projects and give, okay? So I will give 8 out of 10. So the one that is weak here is just mentioning a software position, which is not concrete, right? Look at this one. Looking for new opportunities as a software tester. Now, this particular student has mentioned the position clearly. She wants to become a software tester. That's wonderful. Okay. And excel with hard work. Every student says that he or she is a hard worker or a smart worker. It has become a cliched statement. Find something else better. Okay. This is one of your seniors. So I'm just giving some samples of your seniors' career objectives. And decision-making ability, that is okay, better. I would give 7 out of 10. So for working as a software tester, she says she is hardworking and she has the ability to make decisions. Of the both, I would say decision-making ability is a more concrete term. And to accomplish the goals of the organization. Okay, that is a little bit vague. We'll give 6 out of 10. Okay. So I mean to say positions, skills, and benefits. How much or how would you rate those things? Okay. Go to the next one, a software developer position. Oh, this is again concrete. 8 out of 10. Okay, she has mentioned that she or he wants to become a software developer. Where my skills in testing and coding, wonderful. Okay, very relevant skills, testing and coding skills. 8 out of 10. Will be useful while delivering a service to the customer. Excellent. Okay. Using this, I will be giving some service to the customer. I will satisfy the customer. I would say this is 9 out of 10. It is clicking all. Instead of giving a vague position, he has mentioned software developer. Instead of giving some vague, routine, cliched skills, he has mentioned testing and coding skills, which are quite relevant, I believe. And finally, what will he do for the company? What benefit does he bring? He will give wonderful service to the customers. Okay, so this is, I would say, 8 to 9 out of 10. Now, even better one. See this one? This is wonderful, really. A creative thinker. It's a wonderful qualifying word for you with strong communication skills. Everybody says I have good communication, but look at this person. He or she says strong communication skills. It is a qualifying concrete word. And team spirit, wonderful. In just few words, I think he has highlighted 3 strong qualities of him. He's a creative thinker. He has strong communication skills and wonderful team spirit. Seeking a software engineer position. Definitely a software engineer needs to have all these 3 things. At HCL Technologies Limited, he has even narrowed on the company. He has just said, he hasn't said what will he bring to the company, but he has just applied directly using these 3 things. So I would even say this is again an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Okay. So this is how you have to create a career objective. Now, if you're still in doubt as to how to do it, I'll give you a suggestion. Say sometime back, the placement cell sent this mail to all students, and also I also received because I'm part of the group. And car technologies were hiring management trainees. It is an off-campus interview. Okay, management trainees. If I'm right with the position, I think so. And this is the desired candidate profile. If you want to design a career objective, go through the candidate profile, job requirement, job description. Pick keywords that match you. Okay, உங்களுக்கு பொருந்துகிற உங்களை பற்றி உண்மையாக இருக்கக்கூடிய இந்த keywords, just pick it. Now, when I read through this lot of words, lot of bullets, to save time, I just picked these words. Detail. I thought of me. Okay, I think I'm detail oriented. Okay, I like to have details, and maybe I think I might be good at English. So detail oriented works for me. Proficiency works for me. Customer service, I will use this. Okay, I'll use this. So they want to satisfy customers. I'm going to use this. These are some keywords. And multitasking, I think I'm good at multitasking also. At a time I can do two or three things effectively, I think so. Okay, so I have not picked every word, okay, so as to be showing myself as anxious, but I have picked relevant words, these 4 words. Now, taking these 4 words, I'm going to create a career objective. How does it go? See here, a detailed oriented candidate, okay, with English proficiency. Now I have covered the first two ovals or the circles that you see there. Okay, a detailed oriented candidate with English proficiency applying for the post of marketing trainee in car technologies. That is the post call for. So I said you have to mention the position. Okay, where I can use my multitasking abilities. Now I have brought in multitasking also to satisfy the customers of the organization. They are all into customer service. So I'm saying I'm going to satisfy your customers. So I think by taking 4 keywords from their own candidate profile, I have customized it to me. Likewise, also, you should also visit the company, see the nature, the website of the company, nature of the job description, and then you have to customize your own. Now you see here I have added I. See the second line, for the post of marketing trainee in car technologies, where I, okay, I. This is the only one place in a resume where you can use I. Okay, even higher when you come or learn to create a resume, we will even ask you to remove this I even there. But at least now, learn to frame it using an I. This is the only place you're going to use I. This is the only allotted place where you are allowed to use I. What do I mean by allowed to use I? See, nowadays we have what is called as the applicant tracking system, ATS. It is hard for Google to screen through 50,000 resumes every week. Okay, they receive 18,000 to 50,000 depending on the thing. Okay, per week. It is not possible for a HR to go through all those resumes. So they have what is called as the applicant tracking system. It is, of course, a program, a software into which they send your soft copies of your resumes, and they program and say, come on, filter these resumes based on the keywords. I want these keywords. I want these action words. If they have used I, reject that resume. So some things they have fed their programmed that particular software in such a way that the software itself reduces your resume from 50,000 to just hardly 25% of the whole thing. So which means 75% of the resume will be rejected. So if you want to stand a chance to even satisfy a machine which is pre-programmed, you should know how to create a resume. And that is what we're trying to do here. Okay, so but for here, do not use I anywhere else. Okay, going to the next one. All of you would be having so this is the third cell that we are talking about. Okay, the educational qualification. Now I have given bullets here. See, it's easy to look at. BECSE, Ramco Institute of Technology. The year is 17 to 2020, and your CGPA is 8.5. Then you can go and mention your HSC. Frankly speaking, if you pursue your PG, if you do a master's, you need not add your 10th standard also. Okay, once you pursue a PG, the general advice from the industry is you need not add even your 12th standard marks. But now as a fresher, you can add your BE. Okay, then you can add your 12th standard marks. So HSC is Three Alliance Metric School. Year of passing is 2017 and 92%. Your SSLC is in the same school. Year of passing is 2015 and 91%. This is the bulleted format. This will work well when you're going to send your resume by post. And a person is going to read your resume. Okay, think of it that way. No, I'm saying this opposite one. If you're going to send this to an ATS, applicant tracking system, this may work. Okay, but there's another way of also doing your educational qualification. You can put it in a box. So you have degree, institution, CGPA, and year of passing, BECSE. We go in a reverse chronological order, which means the latest degree first. Now you're doing BECSE, so that is the first degree. The course you completed last was your 12th standard, so you add it next. And before that, another prominent courses, maybe 10th standard. So you go in the reverse order. And you have the institution. Please note in the institution, I've added the place also, Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. Because a person might not know where is Ramco Institute of Technology. Okay, when you mentioned Rajapalayam, they would know. Same, this is case with your school. In 10th standard, I have done something. See here, The higher range school, Kerala, CBSE have added something. You can do such things also. If you think the school that you have studied or the board that you have studied has some bearing, not to say that CBSE is better, ICSE is better, metric is better, state board is inferior, or state board is better, metric is no, no, no. That is not the purpose. But frankly speaking, some central board of studies, they have their own value. So maybe when you say an ICSE syllabus, it has its value, it has its bearing. So you can highlight that. If you think it will be of an advantage for you, you can highlight that. So you can do it in this way also. But again, I repeat, the applicant tracking system cannot spot boxes. So if you're going to send it to via mail, I would recommend you can go with the bullet format, because here it will read, but those information put in boxes, a software is not programmed to detect and read it. So usually the industry says those who have put their educational qualification boxes might not have seen through. Okay, but if you're going to send it in person and a person is going to receive it and see, maybe you can go for boxes because it is easy on the eye to locate information. So that's about your education. Okay. Hey, any doubt, anybody so far? Any doubt? Yes or no? You have to put it in the chat box. Okay. 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 Fine. 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 Good. Okay. Going to the next one. Area or areas of interest. If you have just one thing, you'll add area of interest. If you have more than one thing, you'll have areas of interest. What are the areas of interest you can think of? See, artificial intelligence. We've seen students add this. Okay, it's a broad area. Sometimes we get advice from even teachers and maybe even the industry saying that you can narrow neural networks, speech processing are part or subfields of artificial intelligence. If you have something as a narrowed one, it'll be even better. Now, I do go for interviews to mechanical department, and they say automobile engineering is very vast. You can just say IC engines. Okay, that is even better. Narrow. So if you are going to give artificial intelligence, it is going to be very vast, and you can expect questions on all subfields. Okay, that's fine if you're really sure of it. But if you think it's going to be tricky, you can narrow. If there is a chance of narrowing, you can narrow, like as we see here, neural networks or speech processing. Other areas of interest for CSE, Internet of Things is also wide. If you can narrow, you can narrow. Cloud computing, okay, network security. These are all some areas of interest. You need not innovate on this. You just give a bullet and mention the area of interest. That will do. Okay. Next. Okay, here it comes. Projects. Many students do not know how to really, type the projects and other things that I'm going to show in the slides that are following. This is a kind of a template you can use. You start with a verb. Don't add I. I haven't mentioned I here. You start with the verb, then you say what. In this case, this what is projects. Okay. The what answers the title of the slide, which is projects. Then give the title of the project. Many students say, did a mini project in the third year. Who cares for just a mini project? What's the title? And you can give other details like when did you do the project for? Maybe for an event like National Science Day, Engineers Day, or a national project exhibition you did. Or you can even mention the institution that called for. At RIT you did it, or some government agency called for a project and you did it for the agency. You can mention the date if necessary. So you can add other details. Okay, now see here, I've jumbled the word order. I've given as at Ramco Institute of Technology. Then I've given did. Then I've given web-based online blood donation system, a project on for National Science Day 2017. Okay, as you see, this is in the jumbled order. Hey, now students, don't put it in the chat box. Answer me, unmute and answer me. There are a lot of words. Tell me which is the verb here. Which one is the verb? Shantipriya will do good if you answer me rather than typing. Why can't you answer? Okay. Which is the verb? Others? Can you pick the verb? Tell me. Okay. I'll go. I think Sujita. Tell me which is the verb here, Sujita. Lot of words. Which one is the verb? Okay, the action verb here. Hey, answer me. Okay, I'm going to call people. Yeah, Sujita, which is the verb here, Sujita? Can you unmute and tell me?
Students, please unmute and answer. There is nothing wrong.
Okay, Abdul Malik, are you in attendance? Okay. Thank you, Abdul. Abdul, can you see my slide? Okay. Now, Abdul, tell me which is the verb. I want you to tell me. Okay. Don't type. இதுல எதுப்பா verb? பல வேர்ட்ஸ் நான் கொடுத்துருக்கிறேன். At Ramco Institute of Technology did a web-based online blood donation system a project on for National Science Day. Which one is the verb? Pick the verb. எங்க மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம் அப்துல். Is your mic working? Hey, you are the third presentation for me. Okay, in the previous two presentations, students answered me. I'm asking, you have to answer for the remaining two slides also. So, Abdul, tell me the verb. I just want to check that if your mic is working. Abdul, can you hear me? Okay, until Abdul says, I'll wait. Oh, Umashri, thank you, Umashri. Tell me, Umashri.
Did a project on
Wait.
web-based
Hey,
online
good, Vima. We'll go one by one. The verb is did.
okay,
Okay, good. Did what? What is the next one?
a project on
Wonderful. Okay, I want you to go in stages. So, did a project on. What's the title? Which one is the title? Do you think here?
web-based online blood donation system.
Wonderful. Okay, and other details. The remaining things are at Ramco Institute of Technology for National Science Day. Which do you think will come first?
Um, for National Science Day
Wonderful. Yes,
2017.
yes. At Ramco Institute of Technology. We call it the word order. So, as you can see here, students, thank you, Mashri. Hey, others also join in. Okay. It goes like this. Did a project. Okay. The verb is did. Did what? A project. What is the title? On. For titles, we use the preposition on. இதை நிறைய பேர் யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. இன்னும்பாங்க, அட்டும்பாங்க. On. See, I have done something. I have put the project title within quotes, right? Web-based online blood donation system. Now, there may be changes in this. Okay, next year, ATS may not detect quotes. But as of now, you go with this. Removing a quote is easy for you. But you should know that I have put each word of the project in caps. Okay, the first letter. See, web is in caps, online O is in caps, blood B is in caps, donation D is in caps, system S is in caps. And then I'm happy that Umashri put National Science Day. We call it World Order. National Science Day முக்கியமா ராம்கோ இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் ஆஃப் டெக்னாலஜி இந்த இடத்துல முக்கியமானு நீங்க பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ஒரு நேஷனல் சயின்ஸ் டேக்கு பண்ற ப்ராஜெக்ட் தான் அந்த வேர்டு தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வர வேண்டியிருக்கும். ஸோ ஃபார் நேஷனல் சயின்ஸ் டே 2017 at Ramco Institute of Technology. So that is how it goes. Now, see these samples. Can you stop with that? No, you cannot stop with that. You can add, you have to, I wouldn't say you can add, you have to add a short description. As a sub point I've given, this system maintains the list of blood donors and also helps recipients to track and search the right donor easily. Because that is how we are giving a kind of a short description. If a project is not going to have short description, it is going to have very minimal chances of even catching the attention. Okay, so did is the verb for project. Is that the only verb available? No, there are other words. See, there is something called as developed if you have done so. This is a kind of an interdepartmental integrated projects, like prototype, developed a prototype of voice controlled wheelchair for mini project at Ramco Institute of Technology. The verb I have used here is developed. Developed what? You can go straight because you don't need to have even the word project. You can go a prototype. A prototype is developed. It's a type, okay? So you can go straight to the topic also, as I have done here. Developed a prototype, a voice control wheelchair. Other details for mini project at Ramco Institute of Technology. I have mentioned institution. And I've given an Arduino microcontroller processes the voice command from the speech recognition module and controls the motor movement of the wheelchair. Okay, so a small description. Notice I haven't used I anywhere. The other one, this is another wonderful project word, action word for CSE students, programmed. You should have done it. You would be doing it. Instead of just saying did a project, when you say you have programmed something, it becomes more concrete. Programmed an automated robot for military system. Okay, for National Project Exhibition, New Delhi. Okay, so what did he program? There's an automated robot. A short description. See, this robot aims to replace soldiers in dangerous missions and thereby reduces casualties. S is missing. Okay, it's my mistake. So these are some of the action words for projects. Did, developed, programmed are something you can use. There are many more. You check designed if you have done. I don't think maybe if you do it, you can do it. Okay, you can add that also. Next. Coming to skills, there are two types of skills we expect in students. One is technical. Technical skills are those skills for which you have certificates. You might have acquired training. You might have undergone training in that. You might have attended workshops. You might have attended courses on that. So those things, because of doing those things, you have acquired such skills. These are called as technical skills. The other things are called as personal, or even in the placement cell, they'll say, please add interpersonal. Yes, okay, you decide. Interpersonal, nampa, it should be between people. If you are doing something, for example, communication skills is an interpersonal skill. It is not that you do a soliloquy. Soliloquy is you talk to yourself. But what you do is a dialogue, you converse. Okay, you are involving people. That skill is exchanged between people. That's interpersonal. Some students come and add self-confidence. It is not an interpersonal skill. It is a quality, it's a character. What is that? You're not exchanging that with people, right? It is your inbuilt quality. So personal skills or interpersonal skills, see those things that you require to mingle with others. Leadership qualities is an interpersonal skill. You have to lead a people. You talk. Okay, so you go and mingle with them. So it is exchanged between people. And here, many students do write in the second one, see that in personal skills, communication skills. Yeah, everybody writes that. But the moment you qualify it, you make a concrete statement like strong. That's a very wonderful adjective. Verbal and personal communication. So instead of just writing communication skills, when you add strong, verbal, and personal, these are concrete words. You are just qualifying, okay, with concrete words, a skill that is something that will be mentioned by everyone. And time management. Okay, so these are some of the skills. There are many more. You can mention soft skills, okay, also when we mean interpersonal skills. So that is about skills. Hey, okay. Others, please join in to answer me. For trainings, we use the same template. Okay. For projects, we used words like did, okay, and designed, developed, programmed, etc. For trainings, we cannot use those. There is a different verb you have to use. And here I'm going to use the verb first, then what. Here the what is the training. And the title of the training, mostly most students don't. Almost have the zero students. No student mentions the title of the training. Now you may say, sir, we go to the company, we are not trained on a title. You are trained on something, right? That is the title. Instead of just saying, I attended an in-plant training at Ramco Systems. Okay, what were you trained on? If you say that you were trained on nothing, you have just visited and come. So please pick a title. Pick a title based on something you did there. And other details like the event, institution, date, anything. Okay. Hey, once again, please unmute and answer. Here you see offered by SETPA Infotech Private Limited. And training on, that's another word, at Ramco Institute of Technology. Okay. Big data analysis during 10 to 17 June 2020 underwent. Okay, a lot of words. Now, can you, some of you unmute and tell me what is the verb here once again? There it was did. What is the verb here?
Sir, underwent.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Underwent what? What did he undergo?
Training on.
Wonderful. So we are going through the word order. Underwent training on. So what's the title here?
Big data analysis.
Wonderful. So underwent training on big data analysis. Next, other details. What is the most important word next?
Offered by CE TPA Infotech Private
Private Limited.
Limited.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next.
During
Uh,
10 to 17 June 2020
Next.
at Ramco Institute of Technology.
I would say reverse it. You bring the institution first, then the date. Okay, so you just take Ramco Institute first, put the date at the end. So it goes like this. Okay, it goes like this. Underwent training on big data analysis. Again, note B, D, and A are in caps within quotes, offered by Setpa Infotech Private Limited. They came here and offered. So you are mentioning at Ramco Institute of Technology. Some of you may have a question. Should you compulsorily mention at Ramco Institute? No, you need not. That is not a problem. What is important here is Setpa. Okay, who are the trainers? So you can add or you need not add at Ramco Institute of Technology. During 10th to 17th June 2020. Okay, it's very close. Okay, in this year you have attended. So by adding dates, it adds credibility. Okay, it shows you as someone who was really mentioning a real fact rather than some students mention a training that they have undergone 4 years back. The last 4 years they would have done undergone no training. So it shows yourself as not a doer, an idler. So by adding a date, it adds credibility. You can even do this way, as you can see here. Okay, I have removed the college here. The first point again, underwent training on big data analysis offered by Setpa Infotech Private Limited. I thought I did not add the college. You can do that way also during 10th to 17th June 2020. Now, there's another word here. See, underwent. I've gone for trained on Joomla content management system by Cashew Infotech Chennai. I haven't mentioned any date, no problem. So there are different options of putting it. The first one, there is a date. The next one, there is no date, but the institution's name is there. Third one, see there, underwent 1 week in plant training. This was wonderful. Why do I say wonderful? Because it is giving some concrete words. Anyway, the student could have put underwent training. Ana enna pannitangana, she is qualifying with some adjectives like 1 week, which means it is not just a 2 or 3 day training, it's a substantial time. So by giving this number of 1 week, it is adding some credibility. Second word she or he has used is in-plant training. In-plant means you go to the plant. நிறைய பேர் இங்க என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, implant, IM use பண்ணுவாங்க. It is wrong. It is in-plant. You went to the plant. You were in the plant. Okay. So 1 week and in-plant training are making it more concrete. On, see again, iPhone operating system, INO in SR and caps at Mindtree Limited, Bangalore. Class, tell me, what do you think? Underwent, trained on. Okay, of the both words, which is a stronger word, do you think? Underwent stronger irka, illa trained on ஆரம்பிக்கிறது stronger irka? Which one is strong? Your guess, what is it? Shalini has gone with trained on. Others? Umashi also feels trained on. Yeah, correct. Yes. Okay, so more than just underwent, trained on is strong. So you may ask, shall I use trained on for all the three? No, you use two, both of those. You use both of those. Maybe you can use trained on for something in which you feel more confident about. Okay, so trained on is a very good word that the ATS picks, right? Oh, we are going to wind up soon. Industrial visits, many people say visited Lenovo India Private Limited, Bangalore, and they stop. But rather, you have to say, what did you learn there? I'm very sure most students even do not know where the companies are. Okay, last week we had mock interview. Students of mechanical engineering had gone to a company. They don't know the name of the company, where it is located, or what they're manufacturing. Okay, so by just adding visited something, it is not going to make any profit for you, but rather say, what have you learned? Here you see gained exposure on the design and development of IT management software and smart televisions. By giving something that you have learned, you are again showing yourself as someone who's a learner. Look at the next one. Visited Think and Learn Private Limited, Bangalore. So the verb for industrial visits is of course visited, but the words, additional words and subpoints you can use are gained exposure or learned about technology-based education platforms. You all know this Byju's, okay? They are technology-based educational platforms. So this particular company, you went and they learned about these things, okay? So just also say what you gained or what you learned about. Okay, co-curricular activities. Hey, once again, the same thing, you go with the verb, and you answer the question what. In co-curricular activities, there are many activities. Okay, you find which activity are you talking about, then mention the title, okay, if it is necessary, and other details. Now see here, on 15/3/2019, machine learning using Python. Okay, so that seems to be like something. A paper on, good, at Bannariyaman Institute of Technology, Satyamangalam, presented in Esmerons 2019. Okay, that is the meaning. Okay, class, once again, tell me, which is the verb here? Check and tell. Verb.
So can I reply?
Yeah,
I'm not
please, please. Please, please, you can.
presented
Wonderful. So presented as a verb. Presented what?
a paper on
Wonderful. So presented a paper on. What's the title?
machine learning using Python
Wonderful. Machine learning using Python. Okay. Next, what would you go?
at Bannari Amman Institute of Technology.
Okay, you've gone to the institution, but I would say in Esmerons, this seems like a name of the event. So bring the event first, okay? In Esmerons, then at Bannaraman Institute of Technology, finally what?
On 15
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we'll go in that order. You mention the event, and then in which institution, and finally the date, okay? So it goes like this. Presented a paper on machine learning using Python in Esmerons. It's the name of an event at Bannaraman Institute of Technology, Satyamangalam on 15/3/2019. Okay. So there are different verbs you can use. For paper, it is presented. Class, tell me. For conference, what verb will you use? You present a paper. A conference, what do you do?
Sir, attended.
Wonderful, wonderful. A course, an online course, what do you do? Any guess?
Sir, pursued.
Pursued, wonderful. I would even say completed is the better word. Okay. In a journal, when you're putting a paper in a journal, students say put a paper. In a journal, you don't put a paper. What is the verb there? In a conference, you attend a conference. ஒரு journal or paper வந்து நீங்க போடுறீங்கன்னா what is the verb? Anybody?
It's published.
Wonderful, published. சரி, ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்ல நீங்க ஒரு பேப்பரை வந்து நீங்க காட்டி பேசி இருக்கிறீங்க. What is the verb there? We call it paper presentation. So you present a paper. So you think of the activity and use accordingly the verbs. So here you see presented a paper on machine learning. Okay, so the verb is presented. A workshop, as some time back some of you said, it is attended. Attended a workshop on the title Mobile Application Development by Hexaware Technologies at Ramco Institute of Technology. Okay, sir, I want to add the date. Yeah, you can add, no problem. I'm just giving you so many samples. Choose which one works for you. Next, see, an event is participated. So please use the words accordingly. I repeat, a paper is presented or published if it's a journal. A workshop is attended. An event is participated. Participated in Line Follower Bot Challenge in Robotsavam, an international level technical festival held at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Kollam. Okay, so you participate in an event. As I said sometime back, see, you publish a paper in a journal, Cluster Computing, in the International Journal of Computer Engineering in March 2020. Okay, so you have published a paper. And you can even mention in your co-curricular activities, like you're a member of your professional societies, like ISTE, you are part of, I did hear that IE and CSI, Computer Society of India, together are hosting this particular event. So CSI, IEI, you can mention those things also in co-curricular activities, or you can put it as separate heading also. Professional society memberships and put it. Okay, coming to extracurricular. Many students mention like this: active member of Elite English Learners Club, okay, or NSS or NCC or YRC. You can add like this, but I would still say there are better ways. I'll show down as to how to add these. But okay, this is, we'll say 6 out of 10 point. A district level handball player, better. Instead of just saying handball player, you have added a district level. Because of that concrete word, we'll say 7 out of 10. Music club secretary at Anna University, Chennai. Yeah, you have taken a role of a music club secretary. It is an extracurricular activity. Music is not part of your curriculum. What is the difference between co-curricular and extracurricular? Co-curricular activities can be mapped to your syllabus. That is why a workshop, a training, a course, even a project is a co-curricular. Unga syllabus is சார்ந்து நீங்க பண்றதுக்கு பேர் தான் co-curricular. But extracurricular activities are those that shape your personality. You don't have a syllabus for this. Unannounced syllabus will not match with this. You don't have an unannounced syllabus for English Learners Club activities. In English Learners Club, they sing songs. There is no syllabus for singing songs. In NSS, you go and plant trees. There is no syllabus for planting trees. In NCS, you have a lot of discipline, okay? And in YRC, they have their own goals and aims. For this, we don't have syllabus. Okay, wait, these are all extracurricular. So music club is automatically extracurricular. It is part of your interest and hobbies, right? This is another one, wildlife officer, World Wildlife Fund, Munnar, Kerala. this is called as WWF, which they are into protecting the world, the nature around, and especially wildlife. So if you've acted as a wildlife officer, students can do this. Okay, you can be part of WWF in school if your school has really enrolled for it. You can bring it from school level also. Now we are getting concrete. Instead of just saying active member of elite English learners club, you can say competed in the events of elite English learners. That's one the better. It shows yourself as a doer. The action verb is competed there. Here, instead of, I have seen students saying member of Ilantalir NGO. It is very vague. எவ்வளோ சீப்பாக நீங்கள் அந்த ஒரு அழகான ஒரு இதை வந்து நீங்கள் விட்டுடுறீங்க. Instead of saying members, say volunteered for social service activities of Ilantalir NGO. It shows your volunteering spirit. You are an initiator. You do things on your own. You have values. You have ethics. இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் காட்டுறீங்க by this. Instead of saying part of college football team, you could say led the college football team, for which you should have been the captain. Don't lie, okay? But if you've been the captain, you can say led the college football team in Anna University zonal level competition. Acted as, instead of saying member of eco club or just president, like in the fourth point, wildlife officer, you can even say acted as wildlife officer. Here it is acted as president of eco club at Ramco Institute of Technology. By adding the word acted as, you're showing yourself as a doer. And you can give sub-points saying coordinated events and arranged field trips, guest lectures, and awareness programs. See, I'm using all these bold words as key action verbs, which is necessary for the applicant tracking system and even for the interviewer to look and be impressed with. Okay, fine. Roles and responsibilities are similar to that. Okay, you can say acted as the class representative. Sometimes students say I have no roles and responsibilities. They would have been class representatives. That is a role you have played. Why are you ignoring it? It is a responsibility you shouldered. You can mention that. Okay, organize. See, technical events for National Science Day celebration at Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. Think of it if you've done those things. Have you organized something? Bring that in. Led a team of 10 members. Wonderful words. Led is a wonderful word. Okay, a team of 10 members. You're giving some numbers. That is wonderful. Concrete data in a national project expo at Noida. Okay, at Noida. Handled, another word. Okay, training and placement classes for third year engineering students at XYZ Engineering College, Trichy. I do remember in our college, once fourth year CSC students came and trained third year students, I think on programming or something. If you had that chance of doing that, you can even say handled or trained third year engineering students on programming and coding. Sometimes they use the resources of the help of our own students. அப்படிப்பட்டவங்க இதை mention பண்ணுங்க, okay? You can even say conducted. The second point I used organized, but here I've said conducted bridge the gap event in state level symposium, ABC College, Madurai. In most of the college symposiums, conferences, National Science Day, Engineers Day, you do conduct events. அதெல்லாம் விட்டுடாதீங்க, you can bring in. Okay. Achievements. By achievements, we are going to finish. By achievements, we do not mean only academic achievements. Even achievements in sports, cultural events, all those things are achievements which you can highlight. Okay, the words are, see, prize is always one. One is the verb for prize. So one first prize in circuit debugging, a technical event conducted on National Science Day 2018 at Ramco Institute of Technology. Tell the event's name also, and also, I mean, the event and the occasion also. Okay, it was in the during National Science Day. So for prize, you will be using the action verb as one. Anybody, for rank, what will be the action verb? Can anyone say? You won't say one first rank. Anyone? Action verb for rank. Second rank, third rank, first rank. Anybody knows? Okay, let's see. Got. Okay, Dinesh, let's see. Secured is for place, positions, and ranks. Okay, secured second place, secured first rank, secured third rank. Gold medal, you can say one gold medal. Okay, but for rank you go for secure. Second place in Make It Work in Esmerons 2018, a technical event organized by Bannariaman Institute of Technology, Satyamangalam, on the datas also. So you use one for prize, secured for rank. Again, you see one first prize in both state level and district level essay rating competitions. These are all, again, not technical events. It is non-technical. You can mention those also. Achievements in even non-academic things also you can mention. Secured, you can see first rank and state level science talent examination. So the verbs for achievements are one, secured, okay? And there is another word also. See, qualified. If you have completed a certificate, some diploma course, some certificate courses, even in Coursera, when you finish a series of 8 certificates, they qualify you. as something. So if you've done that, you can say qualified is also a good achievement word. Qualified as data engineer in June 2018. See the next one, certified as ethical hacker. By whom? You need to mention the certifying body, the authentic certifying body, EC Council in May 2019 also. And some of you can even say this, successfully completed advanced level automation course from National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology. It is not a kind of a award or something, but finishing the course, you think it's just an achievement, you can mention that. So successfully completed. Next, even scored 491 in GATE with a percentile of 97.5. Mention that also. Now, another word that I think students can use is awarded with. If you won awards as a trainee when you go for internships, you can use that. Or in college, at least, you may get awarded with Best Outgoing Student of the Year award by Ramco Institute of Technology. You can mention that also. And for courses completed, okay, the verb is, of course, completed. You completed what? It's a value-added course. What is the title on Amazon Web Service? What are the other details? It was conducted by Besant Technologies, Chennai during third semester. Okay. The other one, again, completed an online course on web designing and hosting offered by Massachusetts Institute of Technology during fifth semester. So for courses, you can use the word as completed. Then what did you complete? The title of the course and who was the offering institution. Okay. If necessary, you can give the date or a time frame also. Okay, the last section. In personal details, class, tell me, can you add your religion in personal details? Yes or no? Put it in the chat box. Yes or no? Should you mention your religion? No. Sujita says no. Vishnu says, Prabha says no. Shalini, no. Good. You need not add. Should you mention your caste in your personal details? Yes or no? No. 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 Good, Eseki Raja. No, 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 no. Yes, yes. Good, good. Should you mention your gender, male or female? Should you mention that? Sujita thinks yes, Ashwini thinks yes, all of you think yes. I would recommend. The company says no. I'll say why. Okay. Yesaki, is it a girl's name or a boy's name? What do you think? I do hear see an Eseki Raja, I think. Eseki, girl's name or a boy's name? Do they keep it for boys or do they keep it for girls? Eseki. சொல்லுங்கப்பா எசக்கி
Sir,
எசக்கி oh you have answered எசக்கி do they keep எசக்கி as a name only for boys or do you think they keep it for girls also? What do you think?
sir, both also, sir. For
Both.
men's.
Very good, எசக்கி. So now see here, thank you, எசக்கி. இப்போ imagine எசக்கி is a girl னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், இந்த பேர் உடையவங்க அவங்களே போய் நான் வந்து ஒரு ஃபீமேல்னு ஜெண்டரை காமிச்சு கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னு வைங்க. மேபி த பர்சன் ஹூஸ் ஷார்ட் லிஸ்ட் இந்த ரெஸ்யூமே மே திங்க் இந்த பொசிஷனை எனக்கு பாய் தான் வேணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிருப்பார். பை யூ ரிவீலிங் யுவர் ஜெண்டர் அவர் ஈஸியாக அவங்க ரெஸ்யூமே ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணி விட்டுருவார். ஓகே, ஸோ வென் இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் யூ ரிவீலிங் யுவர் ஜெண்டர் அண்ட் மேபி த பாஸ் மே திங்க் கேர்ளாக இருந்தானே பாயாக இருந்தானே போத் கேன் ஒர்க்னு அவர் நினைச்சிருப்பார். ஆனால் த ஹெச்ஆர் மே திங்க் ஐ நீட் ஒன்லி அ பாய் இன் திஸ் பர்டிகுலர் பொசிஷன். ஸோ த மிடில் மேனேஜர்ஸ் at times may remove such resumes. So I would recommend don't add your gender unless and otherwise it is called for. Okay, should you add your marital status, bachelor or married? Should you add that? What do you think? Yes or no? No. Wonderful. You need not add. You need not add. Should you add siblings, father's name, mother's name? Personal details. Father's name, mother's name, how many siblings? See, so almost we are answering everything as no. அப்ப நீங்க கேட்கலாம், அப்ப என்னதான் சார் ஆட் பண்றோம்? What is the thing that we're going to add in personal details? Only two things are essential in my personal details. Add things that the company wants. What are the things? The company needs to know your languages. That the languages you know. You start with your regional language, your mother tongue, Tamil. Then you go to a Hindi, okay, which is a spread about language. Then English, which has a kind of a global status, though nobody can say English is the global language. But official status கொடுக்க முடியாது. But you can still say English has a kind of a global status. And if you know a foreign language, say German A2 level, there are different levels. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. We call it common European framework of reference for languages. German A2, you are able to communicate. ஒரு ஒர்க் பிளேஸ்ல ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டில இருந்து உங்களால ஒரு மாதிரி புரிஞ்சு கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ண முடியும்னு A2 level. So if you have such levels and certificate programs, our college arranges for those. If you have done that or even outside, you can mention that. Next thing that is essential is your hobbies. In hobbies, mention constructive hobbies. What do you think? Playing cards, is it a constructive hobby? Yes or no? Students, tell me please. Playing cards, cheat ladrat. Constructive? Chatting, is it constructive? What do you think? Chatting with friends. Good, good, good. Okay. Next is swimming. It is a constructive hobby, yes or no? Swimming. Swimming. Is it a good hobby? Yes or no? What do you think? Swimming. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Good. So add hobbies that are constructive. நீங்க chat பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்ல வாட்சிங் டிவி வேஸ்ட் ஆஃப் அ ஹாபி. ஓகே வி கால் இட் அன் இடியட் பாக்ஸ். ஆகவே நீங்க பார்க்க கூடாதுன்னு கிடையாது. யூ மே வாட்ச், தட் இஸ் யுவர் ரைட் அண்ட் விஷ். But bringing that into resume is not useful because it is not going to talk something about your personality. It is going to rather spoil your personality. Cycling requires stamina and strength and grit. Trekking requires lot of mental toughness, adventure. Okay, துணிச்சல் எதையும் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்கலாங்கிற துணிச்சல் இனிசியேஷன் இருக்கும் ட்ரெக்கிங் பண்றவங்கள்ட்ட. பிளேயிங் செஸ் இன்வால்வ்ஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜைசிங், மெனூவரிங், பிளானிங், வெயிட்டிங், பேஷன்ஸ். ஓகே, அண்ட் கம்பீட்டிங், இதெல்லாமே செஸ்ல வரும். ரீடிங் புக்ஸ் பெஸ்ட் ஹாபி இன் த வேர்ல்ட். கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி வரதே ஒன்லி பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ரீடிங் புக்ஸ். இது இல்லாதவங்கள்ட்ட கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி கிடையாது. You may be relying on others' creativity. Creativity, knowledge, refined thoughts, leadership, எல்லாமே reading books ல வரும். Okay, so you mentioned those things. Finally, reference, I said it is optional. Add if it is asked. Add பண்ணீங்கன்னா இதான் format. You add the full name of person whom you're adding as reference. My suggestion is, if the students in second and third year, especially second year, you may be going for in-plant trainings, even third year I think so. போனீங்கன்னா ட்ரைனிங் இடத்துல, if you are going to a good company and you see a boss or a person in a good position in the industry, அவட்ட நல்ல பேர் வாங்குங்க, நல்லா நடந்துக்கோங்க, நல்லா வேலை பாருங்க. And when you leave, if you have a kind of a rapport with him, just ask him if you can add his name or her name as a reference. And the reference from the industry will work in favor of you. Illaya, in college, maybe you can add your teachers. Most importantly, if you can add your head of the department, you can add ma'am's name. You can people in position. If you know the principal well, you can add the principal's name, but you should know, ensure that they know you well. You add the full name, okay, their title, the company of the university they work, okay, the full address of the company of the university, and the phone number, email address, and things like that. So if you are going to add HOD ma'am's name, it will go like this: Dr. K. Vijayalakshmi. That is a full, yeah. Her title is doctor. Please go with the title. Her title is, of course, Professor Head, Department of CSE. The institution where she works is, of course, Ramco Institute of Technology, and the address going down to Rajapalayam. Phone number: call madam and say and ask permission, saying, "Can I add your phone number?" If so, what phone number to add? Okay, and you also ask permission, can I add your email ID? If so, what email ID? Because they may contact ma'am and ask about you. So first of all, you have to contact ma'am and get permission. Without her permission, you cannot add their phone number or anything. The last slide and the final tips are what font to use in resumes. To this day, there are 2 or 3 fonts, but one that is always approved is Times New Roman. Use that font. What you see on the slide is not Times New, it is Calibri. Okay, it does not have, it is a serif font. Okay, no, it's a sans serif font. Okay, but Times New Roman is a serif font. You can use that. Okay, minimum font size is 12 point, but for your name, you can keep anywhere from 14 to 16 as the point size. Okay, font size. Use the same bullets all throughout. You would have noticed I haven't improvised on my bullets. All are same bullets. You need not add declaration. Every resume that they add, I hereby state that the above furnished information is true to the best of my knowledge. Do not forget to sign your resume. Add place and date at the bottom. I've given there. Okay, and don't forget to sign your resume. Don't add a back date, which means you prepared a resume long back. Don't send that. Fresh date add பண்ணி sign பண்ணுங்க. And QC, all resumes, QC is a popular term in industry, quality control. உங்க resume quality இருக்குங்கிறதுக்கு இந்த QC follow பண்ணுங்க. One is quantify things. As I said, led a team of 10 members, 1 week training. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி numbers 10/11/2020 முடிச்சு இந்த numbers வந்து it will quantify. The quantifying words will make your resume very strong. Add concrete words. Communication skills, waste. Strong communication skills. Okay, all the concrete words I showed all throughout. Okay, successfully completed, verum completed, successfully completed. Okay, qualified. All these concrete words. Idan Q for quantity or the numbers, and C for concrete words. If you have these things, I would really say that your resume sails through. Before I would listen to questions, I just want to show these things. Now you see here, whatever I just showed in the slide, I've just converted into a Word document. This is one way. You can see the name I've given in 14 font size, as I mentioned. The remaining text is in 12, right? And I have given a lot of white space. I used bullets here. and it goes down. I do know this runs into like 3 pages because I've added every information. Unga resume la ellame irukadu. Maybe in co-curricular you may have two. So your resume's maximum length is two. Okay, please understand that. Nowadays companies are asking you to reduce it to even one. And you can see all these things. I have used common bullets. Okay, one thing I have done, do justify. See here, I've added justify. Okay, instead of left alignment, it'll look dangling. Justify பண்ணிடுங்க. All the sub bullets I've used the same, sub points I've used the same bullets. All main points I've used the same. The polka dot, black dot bullet. This I've used a hyphen. All throughout I have done that. See, same bullets indented in the same line. Side headings I've put like this. Some uniformity is there. So that is one way. Some students even do this. I've seen this also. They've given the same thing, but they're given a kind of a background shade and a theme. On a ATS applicant tracking system may not pick all these decorations. So if you're going to send it to an applicant tracking system, avoid this. If you're going to send it to a person, maybe it will work well because it looks neat. Okay, add those. And there is another one. Sometimes they may ask you to add a photograph. I recommend, just as I mentioned about the gender, if they ask you to add a photograph, add a photograph. Otherwise, don't add is not my suggestion, the company's suggestion or expert suggestion. Why? At times, looking at a photograph, they may have favorable or maybe not so favorable opinion. Okay? Don't allow them to judge just because of a photo. Let them see you in person and decide on you. So if they're asking you to add a photograph, you can put a photo on the right and take the header to the left. And here I've used the box. See, this is good to the eye. பார்க்குற கண்ணுக்கு பார்க்க ஈஸியா இருக்கும். Okay, and you should notice I've given this in central alignment. This is left aligned, as you can see here, and all the remaining things are central aligned. The topics are central aligned. If you're putting the box, that is a kind of alignment. Or I would say for institution alone, keep the content as left aligned. You have areas of interest or something. Okay, whatever I've tried to put there, and all these things. Place at the bottom, date, your sign, or put your name, and you have to sign at the top. Okay, that's all I wanted to tell. Sorry that I have had to take some more time than what I promised. If there are questions, I like to answer. If not, I think I'm handing it over to the people. Okay, any questions, anybody? Open to answering questions. If I know, I'll tell the answer. If not, I'll find the answers. Okay, thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Anish sir. Thank you for that excellent presentation. We do have to thank a bunch of people who were very helpful for us and who were instrumental, who were very supportive in conducting this webinar. First of all, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. L. Ganesan, and our vice principal, Dr. S. Rajapalayam, and our ECA coordinator, Dr. Basri Kodi, for helping us and making arrangements, giving all the necessary help in organizing this excellent webinar. And also, special thanks to our English HOD, Dr. Anand, Dr. M. Anand. He has been motivating us to do this webinar for quite a while, and we are very happy that it came out so successfully. I also would like to extend my special thanks to one of our students, who is Mr. Satya Prakash. He toiled hard to make this webinar successful. He was the one who designed the certificates, and he created the link. He did all the logistics support. So I'm very grateful to Satya Prakash. He is also there in the meeting. And one more piece of information to all the participants here. We will mail you the e-certificates online. And before that, you need to successfully submit your feedback by clicking the feedback link that is posted there already in the chat box. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your participation and support. And if you have any queries, Dr. Anish is there. He's available for us to answer the questions. If you want to interact, you can interact now. Thank you.
Hello.
Sir, hello.
Sir, can you please explain about how to write a good career objective in resume?
Okay. So a career objective requires three things. First, again, I repeat, it is a position you're applying for. Okay, so when an advertisement comes, they ask you to apply for this particular position. Okay, may I know what are you studying? Or
I'm completed just B.Pharm, sir. I will like to join in PG.
Okay, you're going to do PG. So let us assume that later on you're going to do enter into the pharmacy industry. You just check what position they have called for. I do not know pharmacy thing, maybe pharmacist or anything. So in that case, if I'm assuming if that is going to be a pharmacist, I might say seeking a position of a pharmacist. And we will say, what skills do you have to work as a pharmacist? Now, I gave examples of engineering resumes, which we are doing quite often. So in
Yes,
that
sir.
case, for that particular position, I recommend writing at least 2 skills. Likewise, to work as a pharmacist, what do you think? What are the 2 skills that are necessary, you think?
Okay, sir.
Okay, you just zero in on that. So 2 skills necessary for that, and how you will benefit the company. Now, I'm a teacher. Okay, now if I'm going to prepare a career objective, I'll prepare like this: a teaching position. Okay, in which I can use my training and research expertise. Let us assume I'm saying I have training experience and research experience to prepare the students for the industry. How will I benefit the organization? I'll prepare your students for the industry. So I repeat, you will add the position, the relevant skills, and how you will benefit the company. These are the 3 things essential in a career objective.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And participants, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can unmute your mic and ask. And if you want to post questions, you can also type them in the chat box.
Yes.
And don't forget to give your feedback. We have posted the feedback link in the chat box. Okay, if we have no questions, let's wind up. Thank you all. Thank you for coming, and you have a very pleasant evening. And um, we had great time with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anish, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.